take that shot. Bomb goes down, Mousesports, great start to the pistol. No kills yet, despite taking B, but look at the mini-map. Everyone is posturing around the site, trying to get back into it. Fully covering every entrance. So too is Kerrigan, though, to Electronic behind the sandbags, and he expects someone to repeat from barrels. Good counter pick from CT. Now they can push back up, and Electronic's going to know that he can get more aggressive. Chris J, he gets caught by exactly that man, and Romp's the only one left. A shooting gallery to fire at low HP.
Oh, he can
actually find Simple as well, but they need to stay wide. Get on the defuse and make sure he First time Mousesports has taken a chance on a youngster and had it pay off. Romps had a lineup, but couldn't get the damage in. The AK is recovered by Frozen, but takes damage grabbing it, and Kerrigan's gone as well. Boxic's gonna be the one to find Flamey. They'll rotate back off this with the single pick. Damage as well to Zeus and Boomich. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, well, now it's gonna actually scare Navi a little bit here. They know there's a rifle in play. Chris J still has the armor, of course. They're going towards B. Only one player there. That's going to be Electronic. They've got no smoke for spawn, so he has to find both the kills. This is exactly what they wanted. Remember, a couple of kills would do it. They actually might be able to find more. Chris J with a stunning shot towards CT spawn. They've got a 2-on-2 and the bomb planted.
Bomb planted in a rotation, doubly so toward the chapel. That means they're getting further from Simple, which buys them space and time. Boomich has the kit. AK on Chris with one. You might almost want to see that transfer. I mean, I'm sure he can still trade off of it, but Frozen would be the better man for the job in that situation, and already on the direction with the AWP. Amy doesn't even want to contest. One bullet hits the wall behind. Kerrigan sneaking out, finding Simple. Defenselessly standing in the corner, waiting to be potentially baited in, but instead it's Boomich that has to trade off of him. However, a stack toward the atrium, toward the roof, and immediately they go back over toward B to try and capitalize smoke down. I thought Flamey had that playing close to the smoke. It usually is good for one. The dink was there, but the kill was not. Trade happened, but so too did Romps, and all you need is 2 kills to get in the B site and get the bomb planted. It's another 2-on-2, but Boomich already on the rotation.
Yeah, really nice stuff there from Boomich. Voxic, remember he's got the AWP, holds the Glock for now. He might want to get that AK-47. Really? The Glock? Does he got the call there super low? Yeah, get that all back out. He's got a chance now. If he hits his first shot, he could actually nail one Mac 10. Chris J certainly the sort of player that can make that work, but speaking of which, Simple, he's not bad with the AWP either.
Those shots are... Sure, it's a clean headshot.
Comes soon.
Oh, timing.
Yeah, there's the flashbang. They make their way out, but Electronic's aware of it, trying to stay alive as long as possible here. While players all around him. That's a decent picks here coming in from Mousesports. It's going to be Zeus in the 2 versus 1, but Chris J and Robs are low. There's definitely a chance for him to go for this. He's at top of middle right now. They haven't even planted as of yet. Down it goes. If he can make this a 1 versus 1, has a real strong chance of pulling this one off. Has to find that first player, though.
To work with, both on the site firing. That's going to be a bait and switch, easy. Rob slides
wasn't the best start, but for the reasons you just mentioned, they're right back in this now. They've broke them down to just Deagles, but it is the 4-spy. And look at this little stack towards middle, but I think it's been spotted. It might have been, but Simple still good for 1. Surely that's going to be enough now. Mousesports to 3 kills.
And that's a similar situation next round, so if he can get a kill and get a gun, it's worth it. And likewise, they want to break down Mousesports in the same way that they were whittled down for 3 rounds straight. Not going to go quite so well for Flamey.
Not quite. Rops is looking incredibly sharp right now. That does scare me quite a lot. If I'm a Navi fan at this point.
He's one of the most exciting players to watch when he's on.
If he's on, absolutely. His AK-47 is so precise. He's so confident as well. He doesn't necessarily just sit back and wait for mistakes. He's just pushing and looking for kills. He's so confident in his own ability, which I love. Electronic, though, just saving the 5-7. Armor, not the most exciting save, but it'll have to go to map.
And Dust too, to some. Usually that was Cajun, but some situations.
Yeah, but he'd be like more main AWP Mirage. It was like that was his thing, right? He was known to be the AWP on that particular map.
Yeah, again, hasn't done it as much, but still has that skill. And Chris J, we know how... That's not bad. They know they're not going for the bomb at this point, but they're trying to pursue guns. Good control from Chris. Unfortunately...
B-side as Voxic waits. Holding the CT spawn corner, Kerrigan doing anything but. Smoke goes down. I feel like that's the cue just to hold up. No one needs to do anything at this point. Boomich. Aggressive position, works for 1.
Spray back in through the smoke, though. Usually that is traded, but it buys time for the other CTs to get in position. That's the benefit of that position. I know it seems odd to play that aggressively in front of the smoke, but crucial. Because the rotations are now all the way back toward the chapel. They traded with the second player in the site, and Voxic has it all to do. Bomb down top of the stairs. Would have liked to seen that smoke be a little more calculated than that. Massive gap. Let's see if Voxic can actually take advantage of it. I think he might have spotted the gun barrel. That one's hard to tell with X-ray because we've got smoke in front of us. It's very marginal amount. I could be misleading you on that one.
Even with the bomb there, he knows someone's in that position regardless.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
So it's like it doesn't help him out that much. He's just trying to get any sort of pick he can at this stage. Problem is, every time he scopes, they hear him. Rops is now low as well. A couple of bullets in their general direction. They are done for. There's the first and the second. Nothing. They still get him. Even though he fell back, he took 50 damage.
Yep, that sucks.
Wow. That doesn't.
Chris just ended Lee on that site once in a 1-on-3.
London something, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I thought he was going to get both headshots. I thought the lineup was there. Kerrigan gets him back, thankfully, with the AK, but this is my point. Simple's electing to play these angles, trying to catch them off, but he's just not quick enough today, it seems. And a great read to look above the smoke. Zeus on the site finds two. Nearly got the third, but just stepped off the edge as he went down. A one-on-one for Voxic.
As for push that. He has to. Indeed, he will. I don't think there was any other option there. If he sat back and waited, what, 15 seconds, he wasn't going to win the round. Had to hope
hit it anyway. I think he would have hit that in the flames or otherwise. Partly gray-screened as well. Good lineup in anticipation. Shots like that, you are ready to go. And he certainly was. Kerrigan's gone.
That's insane.
And now look at the rotation. Oh, I take that back. I thought he was already booking it. He elects to stay over on the B site. And Boomage, I was looking at the map, I'm going, where's the fifth CT? I didn't see a death. It's because he's already down the apartments. Simple fights them in Banana. They think they can strike because he's going to rotate. He doesn't because Boomage is already down so far that Simple can stay there rather than being the anticipated dynamic op. And he catches them off board. This was a great round from Navi. Good hold. Fantastic.
Oh, he's got a kill there as well.
My goodness.
With the low HP player, he's got a knife.
He's got a kill, but the problem is, look what Zeus does. He does get a knife. Shows them how it's done.
Cool.
But in this case, a little bit different situation. Clear cut.
Situation looking to prove themselves.
Simple. Alu-esque. Down toward it. Spots across alt middle.
That's too much.
Dance delicately behind the smoke, but Chris pursues. Krieg rush. Electronic.
Always had him.
Absolutely has. And Boomage is already in the apartments again. Second time he's been able to push that. Electronic, you said it, heard them. Walked out, took advantage of the fact that he knew that they were down bottom side of middle. But Chris J still with the Krieg, making good work. He's got three. He's got the only three so far.
Yeah, that was really kind of nuts from Chris J. I told you, he has got skill for days, and this looks like a kill for Robs. Very patient. Timings could elude him, though. He's looking towards the bottom right now, and indeed, he played that so well. He was waiting for the reaction from the CTs, which did come. He was aware of the prospect of it being a push from B, but unfortunately now lost the bomb, and Chris J might be in trouble. Down to 12 points of health, up against Simple and Zeus. They know exactly where he is, and he only has 30 seconds. There's almost no chance of winning this one. That confirms
rushing with it. And rushing will toward Simple. It's frozen again to go down, but I'm not sure Simple's going to be aware that a second player was that far around the corner. In fact, he could push that smoke to catch out Zeus, who was throwing in nades. Boomage in the pit, taken by Rops up close. Simple gets him in return, but Chris is still trying to find a way around. And Simple, they're lined up. He's got two. Krieg again. Flamey gets him down, but that gives them a chance. Voxic has the bomb, but he
got it. He took down Frozen just before a smoke bloomed. It seems that their timings are slightly off. They're either dying just before their smoke goes down, or a flashbang goes off, and he's just there in time. It's Simple just absolutely dismantling the offense right now as Boomage will open things up, this time up against the pistols. There is another AK, remember, but losing the first player doesn't bode well. Rops, AK-47, managed to get one kill with it, I believe, last time, and it was Chris J that got two after. He's currently selling 16 frags. He's actually top of the scoreboard on the entire server right now, and they only have 3 rounds, so frustrating for him that, as you mentioned, Frozen not delivering, but there it is. That's a bit of the talent we wanted to see.
Electronic at range that just can't get it done. Look how much damage he did collectively. Took Voxic to 1, took Rops to 31, but let's see if that can be converted by his teammates because bomb's already planted. Ooh, Chris as well. Great position. You might only have a CZ, but he is going to swing in behind them. And they're going to have no idea because bomb went down on A. They're going to assume everyone's there. This should be the round on its own. Even if he doesn't get kills here, he slows them down enough and he's going to cause a lot of damage. Yeah, slow it down. Don't shoot. Sneak out. Headshot. Yeah. Fortunately, the second player down toward Cubby means he can't swing to get Flamey, but look what this does. Flamey has to look backwards now.
Yep, he can't really do anything with this at all, you're right. Lovely push coming in. 1 kill found, but that's all it took. Frozen just a note with his third. So he had a very quiet start into the game, but that could be one of the most impactful rounds you're going to get. Simple holding onto his AWP. And
deploy a smoke with 1:05. Oh no, away. As much as he's still top fragging, Simple's being caught a lot on the A side, trying to be aggressive with this AWP quad side. Boomich will get Chris. That gives Simple space. And the AWP, HP doesn't matter as much, but still can't hit the flick. Tough one to ask of him, to be fair. But Electronic gets the trade. Trade will suffice. It's still a 4-on-2.
It really is. It should be advantage Navi here, but players like Frozen are up. And he's looking for a frag. Not going to get them, though. Zeus with a lovely shot from the graveyard. Voxic might find himself in a similar position. Trying to open up the map himself next half. Zeus really has found some form this event. This has been impressive. He's playing very smart CS as well, using the utility to his advantage. They've won the round at this point. They focus down. His smoke gives him a slight gap here as you see him actually look towards the apartments, takes Rops, and just needs to stay alive at this point. Buy time for the rotations. Even the bomb can go down. It's the last round here.
Fair enough. Good crossfire. Simple. This is a knockout match. Determining playoff positions. Rops. Excellent work with Voxic as well. They're hitting every single shot. Bomb down to the balcony, and that's how it goes.
Any sort of intel as to whether there's 2-3 players towards B. Didn't get much for it. Decides to go back towards A, join the team. They'll smoke off Lively, probably flash up, but Voxic, he'll be there with the FAMAS getting the first and presumably the second. There it is, looking very comfortable. He's had a very quiet game by his standards so far, but this is going to raise his confidence. He got a couple of kills on the pistol, 3 kills now. He's got lots of money building up, and against the fully next round, a few more kills available to him as well.
It's interesting how, like, rather than forcing it, you just take a breather. And we'll see if you're right. The coffin position. Flamey still in the corner, needs to be very careful not to step out too far. That Molotov didn't spread all the way to him, so he had some room up an angle. Look at Frozen again. The MP9 actually gets 2 as they're low through the smoke. The utility with so much damage, he just collects. And Voxic gets the final.
Happy with that. Now, Voxic has the AWP. I promised you kills, and there it is. They face-check coffins. Yeah, absolute contact play here. In they go. It's Electronic focusing towards coffins. I fell on the seats. He's bested them, though. Very aware. Chris J's still there with the MP9, but got to be aware of the verticality.
Keep in mind, not all 3 are coming from that same position, though. Voxic's clearing Banana, has to do it with the AWP. Now he joins in. That could be a factor. Goes for the pistol instead. Deagle works. Why not? Excuse me, is exposed. Better hope he hits that shot. Ooh, okay, he's got a gap, actually. Even with that Molotov down, he's got to put one of his own out now, the incendiary, to hold them from wrapping around. Library smoke, a lot of commitment. 3 players only on this side, and Kerrigan is fully onto it. He's got to go. Flash gets him in. Zeus doesn't respond very quickly. Simple does, but he gets 2 for 1 in that situation.
Yeah, perfect. Really nice stuff there. Good flashbangs, good synergy. Rops towards a graveyard position once again. The pits become such a prevalent spot. I feel like the graveyard's come into its own a little bit more now because everyone's focusing so much on the pit with the utility that the graveyard's been overlooked somewhat recently. So he is going to be holding the steps for now as Flamey, with 30 seconds remaining, holding for a rotation towards the outside, but Voxic's got quad. He's got a kill here for sure. Spotted support up. There it is. Going to take Boomage down and really starting to look much better at this point. 4-on-2 with 15 seconds. I don't see a way in, but maybe Navi do. We'll see if they can find it. One player gets past at least, but that was just baiting in Robs. He plays that so well. It's so patient. That's a great shot from Flamey, but there's no bomb being planted here.
It used to be standard. You get a 5-0 start as well based on the money, so it wasn't like the worst thing in the world. It was about momentum, but there's been opportunity here that Navi have not capitalized on. And the King Chris, he's going to slow them down. That bait's back in Frozen. Great setup. Bomb dropped inside of Banana, and I do believe there's a smoke over there to be thrown and deployed to hold it at bay. May not matter. Voxic's already going to get...
Hold on to what they have. Hello, bit of an interaction here towards second middle. Voxic wasn't expecting it with the Desert Eagle out. Turns around, finds a free kill, and Boomage will just save at this stage. Not really worth him jumping out here for the frag. If he loses it now, he'll get no cash, but he could get an AWP, I suppose. Yeah, right on the CT side as well.
So far this game.
Oh, there it is. Simple, getting a taste of his own medicine. Right down there at T steps. This is a buy as well. The AKs are out. They've got nothing to say about this round.
Chris and the Krieg. It's the name of a band somewhere in another universe. I'm sure his statistics, he's got to be up there with it now. Voxic, still looking down. You're right, Navi's going nowhere in a hurry, and they're starting to show a serious lack of depth.
He's stuck in sandbags, though. I think they're aware of it, but still, it's Zeus. He's known to be bullish at this side of the map. Pushing is just not going to be a great thing here. But the nades might be. That's not bad. A chance here. But it looks like Mousesports just... You can see they're not blind. There's no pressure with the Molotovs. And Simple... Oh, no knife this time. Does get a frag on the boosted player, but Frozen takes care of that pretty quickly. Electronic will have to do something absolutely fantastic at this point to even stand a chance. He's got 35 seconds, grenades flying in, flashbangs as well, sits in the smoke, down he goes. Normally the rounds that seem to work when you're desperate. And there's the opening kill, and there's Zeus as well. And it's going to be Deagles, looking like they're successful so far for Navi, but still there's Ross, that crisp aim, and I don't mind this at all. Keep going, son. But a kill here, not quite. Frozen, really looking quite good.
At least push something. Oh, look at this. Rob's already down middle. He just has the confidence to walk down. No one's even looking.
He knows they're rattled. They're going into set piece mentality. They've got nothing left.
Pack it up. This one's done. Chris through the smoke. Oh, look. Hi, guys.
Oh, the incendiary on top of it as well. See you later, guys. He's just absolutely owned them here.
I think if they nade that from the other side, they know they have to be by bags right now.
Oh, he smoked.
They don't have any nades, unfortunately. But knows where they are. The one player behind. Boomich does burn him out of position. Flamey capitalizes with the assist, but they're just going to keep pushing.
Really lost. And again, it's a flashbang. This time, not as successful.
Kerrigan at least down finally. They're already down a man. But man, oh man, Zeus is lucky he stopped when he did. Chris again with the Krieg. Stop giving him a Krieg. Oh. He's got simple, he's got the bomb, he's got the round. They get the opening pick, and again, they just hope for the best going back toward B, and they can't isolate a single individual. As Electronic finds Frozen, it's Romps to slide out underneath the trade off of him. Bomb will at least be grabbed by Boomich, but so much noise. And
that's a potent combo. That is scary. This team, this is the real deal. Simple gets him an opening, finally. Could this be a round? Boomich trying to get his way through as Frozen gets all the information. Unfortunately, can't land the shots. The B bomb side wide for Navi at this point. Kerrigan fancies it. They've got lots of money. Might as well go for it, see what he can do. Hasn't posted a bucket load of frags here, but his 9 could be taken up to 12 if he can do something remarkable here. Not the cleanest of kills, and that will cost him. Gets 1. There was 2 there available potentially, but that should be the round at this point.
And this might be the first round for Navi in an absolutely abysmal T side. Just a few shots and situations that might be somewhat different in the outcome, but overall, this just isn't good enough from Navi as a team. And Romps has this down to a 1-on-1 again, but 1 HP. And Bomb too far gone, he will.
Bomb on the AWP. Simple, 20 to his name. First round on the board for Navi. Boomich gets the first kill of this round.
Kerrigan's just trying to preserve himself in the corner. It's worked. Boomich walks around and he's dropped. But Electronic gets in the sight, and excuse me, he got that from the balcony. So good shot from him. I thought it was he that was behind the box. It was Zeus planting the bomb.
Broke now, trying to get rid of any residual cash here for the CTs. Chris J will hit the first shot though, and I feel like that will quell the push. They don't really have to do much more than that, as we'll see them now. Yeah, just waiting. He'll take damage at the start. I think Simple hit him straight through the half wall there, but he gets a grenade at his feet. I love this one, Chris. He always does this. Doesn't work out for him now. Oh, the smoke as well. Brave from Frozen, but he's going to surely go down here. It's going to be such a scrappy second kill if he picks it up. Not going to happen. Electronic knew he had that for days. As a mechanic in CSGO, if you're not aware, crouching.
She didn't get any worse. It was already bad, so. Yeah. Voxic has Boomich down on the AWP. We're on a 3-on-3. Smoke off on Romps. Small gap, but he can't really utilize it. More so, it's gone, and that gives Flamey the angle, who snuck into the site. And
at the back foot.
Well, they did try and flash it in, to be fair, but Simple hits Kerrigan. Down he goes. Second time the flash has failed Kerrigan, and there are 2 men down already. This looks like overtime. Low HP, though, mind you, on Flamey, and Chris J's able to win out on that duel. Aug instead of the Krieg, but another missed shot that's going to be extremely costly. Chris can't get out. Tried to get toward Boiler, given that there was a smoke.
Quicker at that point, makes his way through and himself known. It does go to overtime in terms of players.
Now the question is, okay, Voxic, fair enough to find 1. Flamey gets him back immediately. Nade assist as well, thrown in by, actually, excuse me, damage thrown in by Electronic. It's confusing now that flash assist is second, but nade kill is still first, and it throws me off. But it was a kill's a kill. All right, that's what I'm getting at. It's interesting now to see if they switch back to playing to win rather than not to lose, as you suggested, because you could see how much map control that gave to Navi by default in the last 2 rounds of the first or the regulation. First segment of this game, shall we call it? Because who knows how long this one will go. Back and forth already in this round as well. Looked like Electronic might be able to swing on Frozen. Got damage in, but not enough. He gets the shot, and it remains with just Simple and Boomich to play.
Navi.
Frozen. Great find from inside the dark spot, but that's where he will be left. Boomich puts him down. Fake plants, try and bait out some shots, learns where they both are, but they are
We wanted to see it, Matt. Let's see if it works out for them. He'll fall back. Frozen gets the first pit kill, and Chris J, that's what I wanted to see. That's a really nice adaptation there from Mousesports. Just throw that in overtime. You haven't seen it before. They're not used to it, and it working out really well so far. And that's a kill we don't see too often.
Not at all, yeah, and clean and concise to take out Chris J as he gets around the corner. Flamey has Kerrigan down, though, so again, he's isolated as well. Toxic means has to go aggressive elsewhere. Catches them before they enter. Good read, good react. Rob's still waiting, and the smoke due to expire with about 6 seconds. Toxic's already just gone through it, because they still haven't rounded the corner. Zeus eventually will, and that catches off Rops, who thought he could find him first, but they had him figured out walking out from the apartment. Still, though, Frozen, one-on-one. Bomb being planted. He's going to know exactly where Zeus is. Gets the angle, but Zeus gets the shot.
It's going to be another push here from Frozen. It is, but Electronics ready for it, and then rotations have to come through. No real commitment from Navi just yet, but Mousesports at one point. That smoke might nullify that idea. We'll see.
The squawking chicken reveals that he was on top of the site, though, and then the trade certainly did. Boomich gets the information. Toxic again. He hits, but he can't kill. That costs them arguably round 15. He hits the second. Electronic goes low. So there's benefits to it. Now he's striking because Boomich eventually goes down. Kerrigan takes advantage of both players that were on the site, and it's all onto Electronic trying to push. Toxic switches.
The game in the start, this basically said, if Simple kills as a start, someone's getting kicked. This time, it's Kerrigan. It's going to be opening.
Over toward A is Kerrigan. Has to fire in over the box. Chris J gets Boomich back on the T side, back on the Krieg, back into the kill zone. Simple gets Kerrigan wrapping back in, though. Spawn will be planted. Interesting flank from Zeus. Top mid to Boiler. Doesn't want to clear the hallway, though. Simple's already got quad side. I would have thought he tries to clear the apartments. He'll go now. A little bit late. No, he goes back. Excuse me. He's on quad. So they've left Toxic in the halls. I would have thought Zeus wanted to clear that. Absolutely nothing. So if you want the Krieg, get out. Unless... Have I mistaken that there's an op nearby? Toxic's the only one to really... Okay. I was going to say take significant damage. That changes. Simple hits a shot. Knows a second one get out, and he goes hunting for him. Kerrigan down. And Simple, actually, I was going to say relocates, but actually smokes himself off instead and then goes toward Library. So didn't give up full position of Arch. Electronic waits as well. Makes a lot of noise jumping down. That's an exact synchronicity with a flashbang, so they wouldn't have heard him anyway. They'd be too busy dealing with Boomich. It seems simple. Back by Library, able to look over to that side as well, and it's all on Rops. We're looking at 18-17 with the one where he got all the way behind them at Banana. Simple, again on the op, quick to realize they'd gotten around. The Arch is smoked. He has to do his part. He certainly will. Frozen drops. Nades, bounced in. Significant damage further onto Kerrigan. He's down to 5. Toxic, oh, wow, last alive. Nade takes out Kerrigan in the end. 1 on 3, was 4. Op to fire. He's got to pretty much hit every single shot because here comes the cavalry. And he's flashed off to the corner. He can try and isolate. I hold my breath as he crosses the barrels, and they are going to flank him out eventually. It's inevitable that he gets pushed around from both sides.
He knows that Simple isn't towards that position at this point. The smoke doesn't actually do Voxic any favors. And I think he doesn't know where Simple's repositioned to. Fake plan, I'm not sure that's going to bait anyone in. It actually seems like it might. He is capable of winning these. Just needs to the opening,
Hadn't spread that far yet. He needed to left or right. Hold my hands up. Which one makes the L? He needed to right click that.
Yeah.
And it better because now he's going to get even more information. Pull the gun back out, my friend.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's got the low HP. Thankfully, it was low HP because that could have gotten very awkward. Now he knows to go back to ult mid. Oh.
That's how you do it. It wasn't the cleanest. It wasn't the prettiest. It won't go down in history, but still, it definitely wins the round.
Yeah, Brain was bigger than Braun that round.
Yeah, so that will do. He gets 3 kills. It could have been much nicer, but still there's a chance for Frozen here. 50 seconds remaining, and does exchange. They are flashing him now, at least, but they're not doing much with Flame Wreck them there, and they'll go for it anyway. And that's why you don't run through grey screens. Doesn't work out to us.
No, it doesn't.
They were just so committed at that point. They had no map control, and everyone's there. And as soon as the smoke goes down, I've talked about it before, a lot of teams consider smokes to be force fields, so you might as well still go for it. But yeah, the CT's massive advantage there. You're coming out the grey screen with no reference points, and they're just holding a real tight angle.
Starting on the CT side and over
to pick up the pace a lot if they get a 3-0. Might not be the case, though.
Significant kill onto Zeus. It does thin out the defense. Yes, you can rotate and you can get position that's beneficial to the CTs on Inferno. And now the offset is the amount of damage they did to Kerrigan, Frozen, and Christian. Simple. He gets caught off this time. He's been so good at the top side of middle with the AWP rather than in the site, which we saw in the first half. But Boomich and Electronic make amends with it. We're still in a 3-on-3, and it's 2 of the low HP players down. That's significant because it means now Rops and Voxic, as Frozen is taken out, can still fight and fight with confidence, as they will do to find Boomich in return.
Great stuff so far. What a round. 2-on-2. Chimney flashbang doesn't do much for the player in towards a pit. The Molotov does, though. Out they come. Electronic in position for at least 1 kill. He does fumble it, though. Flamey has to win out in the 2-on-1. He has no intel as to where they are. There's 40 seconds on the clock. They were looking for the clean sweep, and that incendiary, it might help him out somewhat. Had to be a bit deeper, though, to be honest. Let's give him some space and a kill. And but we'll see Christian. We know he likes to push this. It's his own flashbang. It's not the alley-oop. This is just him off his own accord, and it's going to cost him his life, I'm afraid. And Navi just need 1 to get map point again, Matt. Remember, that's the B bomb side, not open. Kerrigan in trouble, though. The perfect Molotov to flush him out. He has to go to the pillar. He needs headshots. He needs at least 2 kills. Gets 0. 5-on-2 should be round. You got to go for it. If you're Voxic, need something massive here. He knows it. Collateral kill there was available. Not going to get anything, but looks at things. There's the first, but it's not enough. It was flashy, it was nice, but surely there's nothing to be done.
It's not enough. It is a 1-on-4, which makes it extremely unlikely, given that they're going to get post-plant positions, but there's 3 that are so low on HP. If this even had 1 more player in the mix for Mousesports, it might be a very different scenario. Oh, Boomich. Okay.
On their opponent's pick. Simple. Oh my goodness, you don't see that too often. The jump across is considered safe. That's an incredibly difficult shot. We can slow that one down and grab the replay of that from Simple's POV. That would be great. We got Frozen now fighting back. I think we might be done here, Matt. It's going to be a 5 versus 3, as they can slow it right down. They need to be smart here. They do not need to rush into a crossfire or a choke point that's going to cost them 2 or 3 kills. Play it together, execute still, and use it advantage and close it out properly.
I do want to point out that Season 9 was only...
Just
oh,
peek,
Chris J.
Just peek by yourself towards Arch. That will do that.
That stat made me think, like, wow, it's been a long time then. That was only 2 weeks ago that he dropped 35, so there you go. But he might drop more than 40 if this keeps up. He's on 38 now. He's got more available to him. That was an interesting one. It looked like the smoke was further gone. That might have been a graphical
this is baffling.
Indifference because he finds Zeus standing in the open. Chris forced back into water. Flashed off, needs to get over top of the coffin. He knows the ring, gets around behind them just in time, and that gives him time enough to get Simple. But the bomb can still be planted. 2-2 and a retake required. They're going to work from both directions. Can't play directly for trades. Certainly not with the smoke down towards CT. They'll have to time this to perfection, and they can't. Not gone through. Rops knows he has to. Low HP, but he's stuck.